Okay, kids, listen. We're less than a month out for Barcelona. It's variations of chicken and greens for at least a while. And also, for medicinal purposes. I say medicinal purposes. Like, man, my life is so hard. Like, what's that Anna Kendrick noise where she's like looking at Blake Lively like, oh, Muffin, it's so hard being you. It's not. Things are going really, really well. The book process is happening. Everything's getting formatted and we're having final changes made. So hopefully within the next week, I'm going to have more information on that. Also, for everybody who was wondering how the lamb went, have dated two men in my past that both their identities were the guy that cooks. The guy who cooks. I'm not talking like a guy who cooks because he likes it, it's fun, or like he's connected to his culture, or he wants to share something with you. No. I'm talking about the guy who cooks. You're not allowed to cook. You are not allowed to enter that kitchen. Like, his entire masculinity hinges on the fact that he cooks. First guy I ever dated who was like the guy who cooked. Loved all of these like really intense, super expensive ingredients and like would put them together. And then I remember one time I made scrambled eggs in the morning, or like I made like little egg bite things or something like that. And he's like, Lauren, really? Really? When we could have gone to a better restaurant? No. Second guy I ever dated who was like the guy who cooks made all of my fire alarms go off because he was like, I have to make you duck. I grew up eating duck. Duck is like the best kind of meat. And I'm like, I've had duck before. Cool, let's do it. Every fire alarm goes off in my apartment that I had just moved into. And I'm running around swinging dish towels, opening every window, trying to get the damn thing to not, signal the fire department that there's an emergency. And he's just, I can't leave the duck, Lauren. And then that relationship turned into like a class thing where, because I hadn't done certain things, I must be introduced to the life of fine dining and demeanor and the upper echelons. Look, girl, I might come from the boonies, but I know how to conduct myself and behave accordingly with the right kind of people. If you've ever seen Auntie Mame, there's this one character who, you'll know who she is. She talks like this, and everybody's really top drawer, and the right kind of people are kind of people. We have a house in Montebank, and that's who he reminded me of, but in man form. The right kind of people are people. But so now, I'm dating somebody who's like, yo, I'll cook, you cook. Joe already cooked. Joe cooked on Valentine's Day, so I'm like, I'm gonna get this lamb. And I got the lamb. I probably could have salted the marinade a little bit more. It was just a little bit more salt. Just a little bit more salt, maybe a little bit more pepper. But for the first time I ever cooked lamb, perfect medium rare quality. And also, you're supposed to flip the potatoes, but I didn't flip the potatoes, so some of them were a little bit crispy on the top, and some of them just like soaked up that marinade. Oh God, great time. We both had a good time. And he took home most of the lamb and half of the potatoes, and then he also ate all the strawberries that I had cut up for a salad, and he's just like, I just want the strawberries. I'm gonna miss him so much. We both agreed that this weekend we were gonna do something like really out there because he's at a music festival this weekend, and I was like, I guess I'm going to Boston Pride. Won't be out there as his weekend, but mommy can't sit at home. The rest of this month is just me preparing my body for the better world and making sure that I got all my ducks in a row, I've got all the right chargers, I've got travel sized everything, I got my itinerary, I got everything printed out, I got all of my documents together. It's prepping for that. And then once we get to Spain, the gods will decide that everything's gonna be great, but it's just the process of getting to, put me in a cannon and shoot me across the Atlantic, but just please make sure I arrive there with all of my body parts and all of my luggage. And then she will be an actor again. She will have acted. She will have a wig. I can't even tell you how excited I am to wear Liv's designs, and I am potentially going to be walking off set owning one of those designs, because I don't think I can let one of those dresses go. I've only seen the fabric, and I'm already like, I must have her. No, Liv has been just sewing day, night, and in hours that don't exist for us to have such beautiful things. And Sel has been working so hard on the wigs, and it's just, it's happening. You know, we are at the final hour before we launch into space, and then on to the next one, because it's good to be busy, but man.